I think this is my 12th production directing, but it's directing a whole new team, two guys who have never done it before, which is really exciting. So it's fun to get to watch somebody kind of approach this piece, which is, to be quite honest, a really daunting piece.
It's a play that demands a lot of comedy.
There's some very serious dramatic scenes as well, more on the naturalistic side of things. So it's basically kind of the whole range of your metal is tested.
I think they each, between them, play maybe 18 different parts.
I love the opportunity to play multiple characters.
So if we're in 4/4, there are how many whats in a what?
And you also have to be able to play piano at a really high level.
We have to really play this thing. And it's, you know, it's the first movement of a Bach concerto. I would say the word daunting is excellent.
They begin with the Bach D minor, and then along the way they touch on many of the pieces that you would play as you're learning to play the piano. You know, early classical pieces, but also there's a whole big section of pop music in it. So there's a bit of Billy Joel, a bit of Jerry Lee Lewis, a bit of Elton John in there as well. It happens to be about piano, or using the MacGuffin of the piano to tell the story about what happens when reality descends on a dream.
But the story involves watching these two people go from being like 5 or 6 years old to being adults.
But we'll just call it 4/4 for now. 4/4 for now. Just 4/4. Just 4/4. 4/4.
You know, your first dream, whatever you wanted to be if you wanted to be a baseball player, play in the major leagues, but you're just 3 inches too short.
You know, it's inspiring too to remember what those feelings were like, though, too. The boundless optimism about life.
People would come up after the show and talk about themselves, not talk about the show. They would say, that moment when the dad did this to the kid and I lived through that. Or they come up and say, you know, it was so cringy for me because I was that dad at a certain point, you know.
It's a buddy story too.
It's very much a buddy story,
It's a buddy
right.
story.
But you end up having to sort of figure out where you fit in the world. Nobody is spared that, you know, and that's why the play resonates so much.